Chasing the pump is not going to build you any muscle. What's up guys, my name is Tyrone Black and this is LDU Fitness. In today's video, we're going to be talking about chasing the pump. Stop chasing the pump. Why is that? Because the pump is not going to make you any gains. You should never, under any circumstances, when you go in the gym, chase the pump. Unless you're like a newcomer in the gym, in which case, like, if you've never touched a weight before, anything you do will help you build muscle and get the newbie gains. But I'm talking about those of you that have been in the gym for a while, you know, over 2-3 months. Now you should stop chasing the pump and focus on the gains. Why is that? Why do I hold this opinion? Because look, let's define a pump. A pump is simply blood rushing into the muscle, giving you that pump, that full look that you have, right? It's literally like somebody took the pump that you used to pump the tire of your car and came and pumped your muscle, and that's why you have that full look. It's blood that has rushed into the muscle as a result of you maybe going in, and let's say you were doing some bicep curls and then you did like 30 reps, no spot, etc. 30 reps with very light weight, and after that now you have that full look. That's not you building muscle. That's simply blood rushing into your muscle. That does not equal gains, right? You may feel some soreness, you may feel something, but the pump does not equal gains. That does not mean you're making gains. In the instance that you're a newbie, then maybe you'll be making gains. Now, what actually builds muscle? Gains will be achieved through progressive overload. That's it, progressive overload. That is what builds muscle, not the pump, right? You know what I'm saying? It's not taking light weights and boom, boom. That's not going to build you any muscle. That's just going to make you feel some type of way in the moment. But if you're constantly sticking to one weight, trying to look for the pump, then you're not going to get it. Muscle is built by challenging the muscle consistently. That's what progressive overload is. Anytime the weight gets easier, you get harder, man. Anytime, they get pause. But yeah, anytime the weight gets easier, then that means that you need to increase the weight. You need to level up, right? That's what it's all about. It's progressive overload, right? So basically continuously enabling yourself to control heavier and heavier weight. That's what I'm saying. Anytime the weight gets easier, you get harder. Pause. You know what I'm saying? So you have to continuously be able to control heavier and heavier weight with the correct form. I'm not saying crank out the weight. I'm not saying chase the number. I'm saying control the weight. And if you find yourself being able to control a heavier weight, you need to increase the load. That's how it goes, right? That's progressive overload. So chasing the pump, no gains. Progressive overload, gains achieved. That's what I'm trying to say. All right. So what is my solution to this whole thing? What should you do instead of chasing the pump, right? You need to focus on those exercises that the workout routine that works for you, the exercise selection that works for you. That's what you need to put your focus on, right? So focus on what exercises and routine helps you specifically, right? Build muscle effectively and efficiently. Pump or no pump, right? Because anytime you do an exercise, anytime you train, you are going to get a pump, right? You're going to get a pump if other conditions are met. It's not about the pump does not mean that you're doing the exercise correctly or that you're working out. No, the pump needs, like, you need to satisfy other conditions in order to get a pump, right? It's not about your exercise selection or workout routine. If you want to build muscle, you need to have a proper workout routine, a proper exercise selection that precisely goes for the goal that you want to accomplish, right? I want to accomplish an aesthetic physique. So my exercise selection and my workout routine that I've chosen to do, which is antagonistic supersets, helps me accomplish an aesthetic physique and has been helping me. I have not changed my workout routine since the year 2019. You know what I mean? Talk about consistency, bro. So the exercise selection that works for you specifically, not anyone else. When somebody comes and tells you, hey, you know, you need to do it like this, his path is not your path, bro. You know what I mean? That guy has had a totally different path. You might meet a guy, he's shredded, he looks the way you want to look, and maybe he was previously fat. Most of you, I would assume, are skinny motherfuckers. You know what I mean? So that's the reason why I'm saying that you need to focus on a path that works for you specifically. Okay, so you need to do your research, etc. Find other people like you, find other people that have taken the same path as you, and you'll be able to figure out what may or may not work for you. You know what I mean? Pump or no pump? You know what I'm saying? So what are these conditions that you need to meet in order to get a pump, right? So anytime that I would go and train at the gym and I do my same exercise, so my same workout routine, so I would find that sometimes I'll get a pump, sometimes I won't get a pump. Sometimes I'll get a pump from doing an incline dumbbell press with heavy weights, a couple reps, like 5 reps, and I'll get a pump, like a crazy pump from one set. So what conditions did I meet to get that pump? I was properly fed. My diet was on point. I was tracking my calories. All right. Pumps come from being properly fueled. All right. Gains come from progressive overload. Obviously, you need to eat to build muscle. I mean, that's no question. But if you do want a pump, for every single workout, if you do want a pump, you need to be properly fueled. It got to a point where I had a permanent pump, right? Whereby I'd just wake up and I just look at my muscles and I didn't have a pump. You know why? Because I am properly fueled. I track my calories every single day. And that's why I'm able to accomplish an aesthetic physique, have predictable outcomes, and just from doing one set of a particular exercise, I have a pump, right? It's that's really the condition that needs to be met. Properly fueled, well rested. Those are the conditions that need to be met if you want to constantly see that you have a pump. But if you want to make gains, in my opinion, you shouldn't even be focused on the pump. You should be focused on making gains. You should be focused on what actually builds muscle, which is progressive overload, right? It doesn't matter if you took that heavy weight and did 3 reps. If you did those 3 reps in the correct form, then you will make gains. If you did those 3 reps, control the weight properly and hit your targeted muscle, you will make gains, right? Pump or no pump, right? You should not focus on the pump, focus on the gains. Some days you're gonna get the pump, some days you won't get the pump. It is what it is. Don't focus on the pump, focus on the gains. That's it for this week's video. I'll see you guys next time.
First thing I give thanks. Never like me, the status for them. It's nothing like that. Don't brag what you don't got, stuck in the same pot. Flexing the snakes, I put them in the same pot. Eye on the up and 2 eyes on my day one. Showing you love, but you know it's a fake one. Look at my options, I don't see a safe one. Taking a break, I don't think I can take one. Promises made, I don't think that I broke one. Raw, I think that I broke some.